Oh man, welcome back to Let's Play Cities Skylines Klatria. We are here on episode 10, and before we get started, I have a few requests to fulfill. Someone thought Hickory Hills would be funnier as Hickory Dickory Hills, so why not? I like it. We also had a request for Jefferson Station, and he requested it be put in Hill Valley. We already have Hill Valley Station, but this one doesn't have a name. So we will call this Jefferson Station. And we also had a request for, what was it? Let me bring up that window again. A Dorian Yates Road. I didn't know who that was, but I looked him up, and apparently it's a British bodybuilder from the 90s, so sure, why not? I don't know, we'll make it this road, why not? Dorian Yates Road. Sure, there you go. I hope that makes you happy. Now, we have high demand, and we're going to try to satisfy that. But before we do that, we have to take into account that we're getting a little bit, dicey when it comes to some of our resources. So we're going to have to increase the number of pumps and the number of sewage facilities. So while we're at it, we might as well go through everything. I mean, everything is pretty good. I don't really have too much to worry about. I mean, it's not great, but we'll have more to do as we go on. We don't have any universities, so that's a problem. I do think eventually we should make some sort of university district, but for now, we'll just have one, and people can go to it. I'm trying to decide where to put it, because it could be anywhere, but I feel like New Tom Hanks, why not? It just feels right. There we go. Pretty much in the center of our world. It makes everyone here happy. Has a capacity of that. I think we actually need two. So we'll put the other one over here, I think. We will put it in the Hamilton district. So we will plop it down here. The cool thing about Skylines, of course, is that anything that's been plopped can be moved. Look at those happy. Will they even reach here? Like, the happiness ripples are going very far. So anyway, let's get with some zoning. And we're just gonna find places and slap down some zones. We're not gonna be even too particular about which towns we go to, because I think they all should grow. I think we should make an effort to try to put residential in as many places as we can. Oh man, I feel like I am hitting my stride with this series, because every time I make an episode, I spend a lot of time between episodes thinking about things I want to do next time I sit down at the computer. Like today at work wasn't like the greatest day at work. It wasn't terrible, like I've had far worse days. But it was made better by the fact that I just kept thinking about, when I get home in the evening, I'm gonna play me some City Skylines. I'm gonna make me some stuff in the game. It's gonna be great. So that's what's happening here. Oops, I wanted to do this, but we're gonna leave that. We're gonna leave some random high density residential, just because I think that would be funny and cool. So yeah, I have all sorts of ideas, and we'll see some of them unfold as we go on. I really do want the Broad District to be hooked up to everything else, and I do think we will eventually do that, by which I mean more road and possibly rail connections. Do I want that? Do I want that? I feel like I do. But let's make this more natural. I do want to have me some... You know, I kind of like this notion of just having this be a more gentle slope going up the mountain here. And I also like the idea of continuing this grid. So we'll do that just for a little bit more. I'm sure people want to live out here. Hickory Dickory. Can't complain too much about these names. These are some cool names. This, of course, is getting busy. And I do have a plan expansion for this over here, which I will show you in a minute. Hickory Dickory might want to get expanded upon. Speaking of which, I have an idea for this road to be expanded. But, I think I'm going to hold off on that until I can slap down some more zones. And of course, as you all know, we are racing to 20k, because when we do, that's my self-imposed trigger for building in the capital. So I think that's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to that a lot. But I think having all these sort of outlying communities set up is going to be a great help to us. Now, the first thing I want to do, the first little infrastructure project, is I want to continue the true freeway past here and turn this into a full intersection. So we're going to do that now. So, enjoy. Alright, and let's hit the play button. Traffic will redecide where it is. I decided to leave this little thing in here as a bit of a lull. So there we go. I kind of like how we managed to use the slopes to our advantage. And I really like how I managed to make this sort of branch off this road, which becomes the exit. Strangely cool. Now, one of the other things I want to do is, you see these two roads? I want them to both continue up into these very fertile areas, because I want to build a town up here. I think that would be a lot of fun. But I also want to be prepared for the future, because, like I said, we have plenty of resources up here, especially this oil. So what's going to happen, I think, is that this road is going to go up along here until it switches sides, pops over here, and eventually ascends the hill up here to access this land. This is going to have quite the view when it's built up. I think that would be cool. Whereas this one down here is going to go through the valley all the way through, then go through a tunnel, and then access this oil-rich area, go through another tunnel, and then it's going to be a back way in to the Broad District. So we're going to do that right now, and we're also going to build a connection here, I think, to get cars between these two parts. So here we go. Okay, yes, I am very happy with all this. I hope you had as much fun watching that as I did making that. But yes, I wanted these two twin roads to serve different parts of this area. I just love how they both are made. I like how this one starts climbing right away while this one takes a little bit. I love these little wiggles down here. I like the fact that this road crosses over this road over here. I love how high it gets when it's this high up. I mean, we gotta build like some sort of park up here. You can see everything. You can even click on buildings from like way over there. And also, I put a toll booth here because are we really gonna let people use this massive tunnel for free? No, that was expensive. We gotta have people paying for that. Now, I don't really expect anyone's gonna be using this road anytime soon to get to the Broad District just because it's pretty far away. But, you know, I still cast my eyes here just in case. Oh, we got somebody. We got somebody. You want to stop everything and watch this guy? I think you do. Alright, he's made it close enough. Now, I'm sure you want to watch someone go in the opposite direction. Where's that motorcycle? I swear, dude. I swear I saw a motorcycle dude on this road. Wait, here he is. Yes, we're gonna watch him go all the way back. You ready? Alright, so I think that was really fun. Sorry if you got sloshed around a bit on this part. Like, this is iconic. Like, that's gonna be the thumbnail right here. Oh man. So yeah, I was wrong. People are using this road even if it's not many. And I do like the fact that we now have access to Broad District from both sides. So that's cool. And as you might have expected, we are gonna eventually end this road over in our secondary downtown, which I think we'll start building at 40,000. But anyway, we're going to get on to the main event of this video. That main event being, I want to build a little town up here on the hill. Because you see, there is resources. There is lumber, and there are farms. So I think that is going to be a very popular reason to want to come up here. So what I think I want to do, let's go with, yeah, a deep green. This is already somebody's color, but I think anything good can be used again. So we're going to make this our main street. I kind of like the idea that this was once the main road, but they built this to sort of bypass it over time. I always like creating little stories. You can create stories in the way that you make cities. That is one lesson to always take away from this. Alright. So, I want to do something special here, which is instead of just having everyone make a left turn into here, we're going to have a kind of a jug handle. Because I do anticipate this road becoming a lot busier in the future, and taking away left turns on this road is going to be very beneficial when we get there. Now, how will I do that? We will simply take this tool. You can only go straight here, and do you want him to go right? We'll say, yeah, you can go right if you want, but this one can only go forward, or I guess it can go back, but it can't go right, because that might make people just go there like that. This one back, or there, and that's how we're going to do it. When we get up here, conversely, we're going to add a light, but people are not going to be allowed to turn left here. They're only going to be able to turn right from here. So yeah, here is our main street. I like how we have this little guy going on. Whoever made this map made a lot of these cool little canyons, and I'm a fan. I'm definitely a fan. Now, I'm going to smooth this out a little bit just because I want to have more opportunity for stuff here. Now what I'm thinking is we're actually going to make our town sort of down here, and we're going to have our farm industry and forestry industry on the sides, although there isn't much room over here, but we'll see what we can do. Alright, I think it's time for fast speed. Alright, this was a lot of fun to do, and I have no idea how well all this is going to work. I mean, the main road, we have a main way in here. Now, I do think it's worth it to make a little slippity dip to get over here, but anyone who wants to get out of here has to go and use this little junction, or there's also a way they can slip in and out, but they can also go around here, and you see this is connected to our other road here. So whether this is going to be a problem or not, we will determine later, but I wanted this to remain free-flowing as it went through. So now for the zones in water and power and such. Alright, there we go. And yes, I did not connect the power until the last possible moment. But yeah, I'm pleased with this. Let's make sure our stuff is working as intended. Yeah, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Everybody's waiting. Although they're on different cycles, but I guess that's fine. yeah. I think everything is as it should be right now. And that's pretty impressive. Although, I do kind of like the idea of this being able, of people being able to sneak around the backside here. Like that. Like you can go fully around from one side to the other. And yes, people are even coming from over here, which is very impressive and very cool. So yeah, I am a fan, and you can see this is building right now. And I do think that this area over here should be some sort of park. I mean, the view isn't as good as way up there, but it's still pretty good, right? So let's go ahead and make a nice little city park. Alright, I love it that they just give it the name Highland City Park. I mean, that's pretty sweet. Now, the view isn't that great, but it is something. Especially if we build, like, stuff here, there's going to be possible obstructions. But as it stands now, you can still see everything. Whoa, how did you get here already? Unless they just spawn in with the park and it's not actually people live jumping around. But I'm very happy about this. Very interestingly, it actually has sort of two names, because there's a section that is forestry themed, then there's a section that is farm themed, which doesn't seem to be, no one seems to be caring about. Actually, in general, the industry isn't receiving much attention, but I think that'll change as time goes on, so we're pretty good for now. And yeah, I think things will be building over here. In general, this is very, very fun. So, we are scooting ever closer towards our population goal. Now, I think what I'd like to do is start sort of making our way towards making this, and we're going to have some sort of bypass road, and we're going to need some railroads too. We're going to need a lot of things. So, we're going to hang on for that. But, it's just satisfying to see this, isn't it? I just love the look of this little town. And I think you do too. Oh yeah, look at all these people coming in. A lot at once. Sometimes it's nice just to sit back and watch them all. Yep, there goes the traffic down the hill. But yes, we will have to wait and see how that all develops as time goes on. So, I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.